Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to another Star Citizen news episode. Guys, wow. I'm sure the thumbnail showed you enough information. The truth shall set you free, and it finally is. 3 years of hard work, dedication to telling the truth, providing proof, facts, and evidence to finally come to today's video. This is Endgame for Star Citizen and Squadron 42 2020. Guys, let's just get straight to the episode. So what I've done is I've had one of my fantastic subscribers, as per usual, thank you very much, drop me an info drop. And this happened 4 months ago. So when I first did that video before saying you need to get into the Spectrum threads, you need to start complaining, you need to say what's really on your mind, you really need to start pushing and persisting and not stopping on getting the point across that CIG need to pull their finger out. Well, the roadmap on the roadmap on the roadmap has finally done that for the community. So guys, today I'm going to go through a couple of Reddit threads as well as some Spectrum threads. And CIG's really piss poor excuses and the anger, the real, true, unadulterated anger. Now the rest of the community now share with me. Now, thanks, guys, for doing this and getting the message out there and getting people into Spectrum threads and getting this information out, because it's about time you all had a voice. We are the majority stakeholders of the community, and that's it. And any of you that are naysayers and go, I know you're not, we're not the majority stakeholders. We actually are. We're financially the majority stakeholders in the overheading of the project's completion. Also, the fact that the project is no longer within the bounds of the terms of service that we initially agreed to and is under a completely different scope of production means it's no longer the actual project we've actually signed to, which means by law, we actually have a case. So I'll get to that later on in the video, but for now, let's get started on the Reddit posts and move forward. 4 months ago, CIG promised more regular updates about Squadron 42 and regular check-ins. Okay, we know right now where that went, right? So yeah, just sharing what CIG said in case people forgot. And people in the CIG Star Citizen Squadron 42 community really do have exceptionally short memories or selective memories, especially those of you out there that still haven't woken up and smelt the coffee. But for the rest of us, this is really becoming an issue that can no longer be ignored or denied. It has to be dealt with now. This is Endgame, guys. There is no Squadron 42. Now, I've already made a video earlier this year about Squadron 42 being ready for beta. It was with ILW while he was still on the channel. And it was damning evidence that they already had Squadron 42 beta ready in February or late February, early March this year. So why haven't the Evocati had their hands on it yet? Because, well, nothing is getting done since. So it is at the polish point where the Evocati beta test it, they go under the NDA and all that type of garbage, the paperwork, usual legal crap. And then when we get to the live stream of CitizenCon this year, because as we know with what's going on in the world, we can't have a event as such, but the live stream was going to be initially and was also kind of teased in that video that I did as well by CIG staff themselves and Jared Hackerby. He's a hack and a liar, that this was going to be released in CitizenCon. It was said by CIG staff. And there's a, oh, you shouldn't have said that, by Jared. Guys, if Squadron 42 does not come out to full retail release by the CitizenCon live stream event this year, I think what's being said here in these comments is going to turn into something even more aggressive and more malicious towards CIG themselves, finally, as this was meant to have happened 5 years ago from all of us to start with, and I was the only one calling it out. DG was for a while, but then, he went on his own pathway. Salty Mike, well, you had a go at me with Cobra TV, and you guys are part of the problem. You're not part of the solution. Now, I myself shut down the cult. Now, if your cult was so goddamn strong, Scythians, and that you had such a strong leadership, like CIG does, then, one person, one man, me, could not have possibly taken down your strong, ironclad structure. But I did. because it's all conjecture, it's all lies, it's all gaslighting. And that's what I'm sick of, is there are too many sociopaths in our community trying to make people believe things, especially certain whales, not all, that, are so blindly delusional that they're trying to still feed the fire. Now, guess what, guys? I took away the lighter. You can't spark the fire. And if you do right now, guess what's going to happen in a room full of gas? Right. So... all right, so let's just read through this, right? With immediate effect, we'll incorporate more Squadron 42 content into our regular sprint reports on ISC, calling all devs, AMAs, Ask Me Anything Q&As. Yeah, right. And more in addition to our scheduled content, such as Squadron 42 monthly report. We're also looking forward to providing regular video check-ins with Brian Chambers and a variety of members of Squadron 42 team, right? Which they've been doing, kinda. The usual same Muppet morons who don't really know what they're talking about, especially that British guy, he's a bit simple, redhead, and he's got the hairdo that comes around here, right? Total moron, doesn't even know what he's talking about, and the other guys are pretty much in the same boat. They're just faffing around, fluffing around, trying to divert away from the actual of what's going on. And people are sick of it. People have woken up and people have started doing what I've asked them to do. Thanks, guys. Again, because now we're getting to the crux of it. And here we go. Here's some of the comments. Always good to have a reality check. The discrepancy between what CIG said, what CIG actually does, and what some people remember CIG saying, that's always a puzzle. Now, guys, this is why I do videos that follow up on previous videos, because I want to continue to drive home the proof, facts, and evidence of what CIG themselves have told you. All I've done is bring it back to your attention time and again. I've not been wrong to date because it's CIG's actual words in their mouths saying these things. I'm just reiterating what they have said and bringing it back to your attention time and again over 3 goddamn years. Oh, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm glad we're finally here where we need to be, but geez, 3 years? I literally have given up recently on beating the dead horse. Yeah, you know that. A month goes by and then boom, massive issues with whales because the whales are having tantrums because they're not got that that status, that position, that elitism placement in the community with us peasants below them. Now it's this case of where this started 4 months ago and has finally come to a head now. So, like what is going on, there isn't a good leadership in this sort of thing happening. Like what is going on. There isn't good leadership if this sort of thing is happening this consistently. I effing love SC and I believe in the spirit of the project, but I worry sometimes the leadership or CR or whoever is floundering right now for whatever reason. Big piece of tech, everything hinges on they are just waiting for server meshing. Dynamic server meshing. And when it hits either success or it dead ends, we'll get a big release of info as that will drive the overall direction. Who knows? But this whole he said, she said, they said, but then nothing happens is worrying. Guys, it's the smoke and mirrors. It's the lies. It's the complete insanity of what's going on at CIG. Yeah, and this is what you have to understand. Kittens around a milk fountain. A guy that looks like he smokes more dope than anyone I've ever met in my life with a big beard going, oh yeah, kittens around a milk fountain. We've got to corral them in and just entice them to come and have these meetings. Fuck me. This SJW whiny, YGen, lazy, I couldn't give a fuck attitude is what's killing CIG. And the management themselves are directly to blame for it because they're the ones that are employing these fucktards to start with in the first place. So, guys, you know how angry I am, but you also now is as angry as I am. Finally. What is going on is that is consistently signalling that we're okay with how things are. We have a record-breaking month in funding every other month. People don't stop buying new ships. No reason for CIG to change anything. They can't say and do whatever they want, and people keep throwing money at them. I don't think anything will change unless we have some noticeable decline in funding, at least for some time period. Oh, duh! I've been saying that for freaking ever! Guys, it's not that even. You know the fund count? I had someone actually come into the comments and argue the point about the fund counter. And, on CIG's website, it's constantly going up and we're having record-breaking numbers. That's a load of bullshit. It's a counter bot. You can get one for Discord if you really like, to make up fake numbers of people coming in and leaving your Discord. Whatever. It's a stopwatch. It's not actually a fund counter. They add funding in here and there and edit the bot to make it look like they've actually had people buying things. Guys, it is the biggest fucking joke I've ever seen, and people believing it and arguing it with me. I'm a technician. I know PCs. I know IT. I've worked in industry. Guys, I know the fucking tricks of the trade, and finally there are people starting to realise, well, let's cut the funding out. So what if we had a single forum, I don't know, a Discord channel, if not mine, someone's, where we actually have every single backer from the game show actually how much they spent each month. Every person that has bought what did they buy? And let's look at the actual numbers of actual backer purchases compared to what the counter on the website shows. I promise you, on my heart and my soul, that the numbers will be so disparaged from what the website says to reality that you will want to walk straight into a solicitor's office tomorrow and ask for legal representation to sue the shit out of CIG for fraud. Gosh, we're at the fucking crossroads. This is it. This is where his history intersects our current history and where we went wrong by being stupid enough to back this stupid live project in the first place. It's like microtransactions. People say they hate them, but then they go out and buy a crap load. If people will pay for it, well, they'll supply it, of course. Wait, people are still buying? God damn, I accept I just got scammed years ago. Shit be crazy. Crazy bitches! May was record high for over 15 million raised that month. Bullshit. I don't say it's a scam, but the funding they get of the performance they show is outrageous in my opinion. I just bought a game for the first time 2 days ago. A ship package. I'm enjoying it so far, and I definitely am shocked how little progress has been since I have been digging into it. Has me worried that back-end code might be pretty much ugly duct tape. Yeah, server meshing, can't be done. Points proven. The networking code is definitely ugly and taped. Coding such things takes years, and so far we know is still loads of development that has not yet been incorporated into the current build. Yeah, even static server meshing, guys. Every other developer out there can get static server meshing working. These guys can't even get that working, let alone iCache and let alone SSOCS even. 30Ks. However, one would think that millions of dollars each and every month would enable a dev team to get their hands on the very best coders to tackle the problem tackle this problem in a matter of years. After all, this project has already years for this, even when you consider they build most things and had to take care of the business side of things. I still stand by my words, as I said a year ago. If we ain't seeing significant improvements in the next 2 years, this project is not going anywhere. So they still have about a year in my book. If they can't handle the networking by then, I'm out for good and won't hope for anything more. Guys, this is from 4 months ago. Right, and it just keeps going. All right, let's have a look at an update. People went viral on this post, on this thread, yeah? They went mental. So it gets a lot more vicious on these threads moving forward. I will leave the links to these in the description below, as well as the Spectrum threads as well. So you guys can have a really good look through it. Isn't Squadron 42 getting released later this year just in time to demolish Cyberpunk 2077? No. It's never getting released. There we go. I think it's time for Sweet Lies meme. Company tells community, that they will offer more communication. Man calls out company when they don't keep their word. Community defends company from man, rightfully calling out company for not keeping their word. Company laughs and continues to say stuff, but not do what it says. Community spends thousands and gets certificates for it. It gets worse. It gets so much worse, guys. I'll let you read through it because I don't want to take up your whole day going through Reddit posts. But this is the part I wanted to really get to, guys. The Squadron 42 roadmap update. So, guys, this is from not too long ago. There we go, July 29th. So, hi everyone. We realised that our old roadmap didn't represent our development progress very well. We started exploring options on how to build something more informational that fit how we develop games. Your English isn't great to start with. Our original message about this was in one of March's roadmap roundups, and we followed up with hints about our Squadron 42 focus calling all devs on March 13. We mentioned that this was a blah blah. I'm not even going to bloody read it. It's bullshit fluff. The fact that 716 people up-liked it, come on. So there's still 716 people out of about 1.2 real million people have actually backed the game who are still believing the bullshit. The fuck? All right, anyway. Okay, so why didn't it take more than 2 months to produce at least such a message? I feel like at this point it became ridiculous how community just has to be vocal to receive simple updates or not even the gameplay features, but footage that they were promised. Completely don't trust that CIG kept you from writing such a post all the time because it never realised how angry backers are right now. It should be something more in that than just reshooting the show, at least when you could do the first episode as a pilot. So this was for the Squadron 42 videos, and they said, our quality wasn't there, so we didn't put it up because, well, we're really shit at what we do already, and we don't want to make ourselves look even more amateur than we already do. They learned that through the stay-at-home episodes and how terrible most of the devs' equipment is at home. And these guys are devs, so why haven't they got good PCs? Or headphones at least? Saying, my issue is that they did not react to when the community was vocal. They only reacted when some articles showed up about them on some website. That was Kotaku. Maybe this is not why they did it. Maybe it's just a coincidence, but come on. All right, so I can confidently tell you 100% no one reacted because of an article. There's never a reason to scramble, and it's not where we place value. I outlined where we haven't repeated our message recently in my post above. Let's read that again. I can confidently tell you 100% no one reacted because of an article. Lie. Everyone did. That's never a reason to scramble, and it's not where we place. So where do you place value? On your pocket? And the money you're stealing from us? I outlined why we hadn't repeated our message recently in the post above. That's what? Excuse me? What? Was that Japanese translated to English? So it's not a coincidence that you posted this update just after the massively OP and Kotaku published articles about CIG not updating us on the status of Squadron 42, and we don't like it. I can imagine a lot of other gaming sites knocked on your door to learn what's up after those articles got some traction. But nope, this was not why you posted this. It's also coincidence that you address most of the stuff brought up by those articles in your second paragraph in a way that is clearly worded and structured in a manner to act official, but we did update them on Squadron 42. See? CIG's words. Counter statement to those articles, but yeah, you did not react to the game media articles? Nope. Just by pure coincidence, after 4 months of no word on the new roadmap and the charade about the Squadron 42 delay update since Invictus Week, you decided to post the same day gaming media started to rear their heads your way, and look what's up about the complaints they saw at SC subreddit. So this is the main Reddit, not the refunds Reddit. And this is the thing, guys. I've been booted permanently from commenting in the SC subreddit. I can only comment on the refunds Reddit and put my videos up there. I can't do anything on the SC Reddit anymore because I was too controversial. Well, guess what? We're all too fucking controversial now, CIG. Sure, you lost so much faith with the way you handled your backers about the status of... You lost so much faith with the way you handled your backers about the status of Squadron 42 ever after the... I think it's even meant to be. Even after the community started to point out the roadmap stagnation in Q2 2019, though into Q2 2019 through to Q1 2020, when you finally reacted. It's almost literally a year, guys. And you still don't get it. It's not about a fancy update video. It's not about a shiny trailer. It's not even about a new updated version of the vertical slice. Nearly after 3 years, that'd be cool. It's about simple things. How far is Squadron 42 off, really? Some dates. Some actual transparency. Is Squadron 42 beta ready for this year? Yes, it was in February, March of this year. They just haven't released it because they haven't done any more work on it because server meshing and dynamic server meshing. And iCache. One of the problems I just told you, you scrap half of it again and like you did in 2016. Oh, boom, boom, shots fired. If so, what was scrapped and why? But for the most important part, I'll add in, what is the estimated for release window of 2021, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 2030? Look, I know I might sound rude. No, you're just being honest, mate, and you're being brutal, which is what is required at this stage. But I still love you guys. I want to want the project to succeed. It's in my dream game, both SC and 42. But you really need to step up your game when it comes to community management and communication. For example, your explanation about Squadron 42 video update, and that should have come out 2 months ago when you told us you wanted to reshoot. When shit hits the fan, don't wait until it's dried up and the entire room stinks of poop. I like that. Tell us what is up when it happens. Don't clam up for a month. Tell us what's up, and when it happens, don't clam up for a month, avoiding any questions until Spectrum and Reddit get so hot that the gaming sites start to notice. Learn from this and don't fall back to duck and cover modus operandi once the dust is settled again. Until, basically you fucked up and you needed to really get on top of that and you didn't, and you got, well, you've been proven as the frauds you are, CIG. Well done, you incompetent bunch of fucking morons. Learn from this and don't fall back. Somehow, I fear that this is exactly what you'll do until the next stink of poop. All right. Now, my eyes have got really sore from all this reading, dry eyes. And it's stuff like this, which is super important stuff. So I can't omit it from the video. So I'm sorry, guys, but let's just go through this as quickly as we can to move on to the last Spectrum post, which basically gets like malicious towards CIG without any holdback at all. It gets real nasty after this. Whenever someone with CIG says things are going to be delayed, those who have followed development over the years know that when CIG says they'll have it fixed in a few days, expect to hear back from the 3 to 6 weeks. When they say it'll be a few weeks, and again, ask again in 2 months. When they say months, ask later in a year. When something is going to take more than a year, it might come out at or after launch. On the few times you've interacted with other podcasts, you have run on a platform of being more open and community focused, yet your support and decisions of your fellow community team who have turtled and go on radio silent, with directors delivering general lines of messed up and corrections will come eventually. And ask again in a few weeks. Then we ask again in a few weeks, and we get the general vague blockers occurred by, but we're working on it, and ask for more details in a week or two, then repeat it, and the surprise exclamation present the same thing done 3 months ago later, and then confused at the unconfirmed community. This is it. Even the way this guy's writing this, that's CIG language. And he's not the greatest, grammar specialist in the English language, but that's the way CIG talk to us. And this is us and our understanding of the way they're talking to us. Do you deserve this? I don't. If your fear of overpromising and underdelivering, which kept the community informed of what was being worked on, but got timelines wrong, you decided a process of keeping radio silent until the content was done. Then presenting a big revealed video was a better way to serve the entire community. While the method harms those who loved the constant drip of content, it helped level out the average discontentment or disappointment. However, as vagaries and promises for when the correction will be, all we hear is political surrounding platitudes of the eventually be fixed without the raw facts and backgrounds as to what went to hell that were and are you seeing from CIG, the feeding frenzy that implodes on itself, damaging the community and seeding doubt in the community's capabilities for some credibility, that is, in CIG. The community team has a job. Sorry, guys. When I got rid of the cultist, I got probably rid of 3/4 of the community team. Who they replaced in since probably aren't even trained to even do their job. So I kind of sorry about that, but it was part of getting rid of the cult. So, okay, so I'm not going to read the rest of that because it just gets a bit kind of talky, political, boring stuff. But I do want to add on this. And then we'll move on to the last bit of the video. Don't worry. The team is always overconfident when they want to announce some concept, often because there is concept sales like the Vulcan being sold with the roadmap said repair was a year away from release. The big component of repair document, only to find upon further analysis that of devs, progress repair was pushed back by years because CIG decided to build tier 2 mining instead of doing everything on tier 0 or tier 1, then going to tier 2 because unknown blockers occurred and that they were always forgot to account for. Expect the real timeline to be exponentially longer than CIG announces. Guys, look, it's dead, it's done. We're not getting Star Citizen. We're not getting Squadron 42. It's over. It's actually over, right? I started this ball rolling from my own volition, 5 months ago? Then a month later, within a month, people started actually saying something and doing something about it. Look. And do you see CIG saying anything here? Nothing. Claptrapped. Shut up. No, not going to say anything. It's too damaging and it's too damning, except for this. I have a lot of folks message me saying something similar. Xylo, it's not you. You're awesome. I appreciate your kind words, truly. But we are a team at CIG and are not afraid by standing the decisions we made as a team make. Sorry? Is this your game? Or is it ours? Pop off in the comments. Tell us, is it our game or is it that guy's game? And it's the team's game. Sorry, but I thought we paid money for a game they were meant to get. Not what they wanted and what they want to do because kittens around a fountain. And guys smoking weed. Guys, this is bullshit. We're at the end game. This is the crossroads. This is the end game of it all. CIG keeps your ludicrous roadmap to a roadmap. Where are we in Squadron 42's actual release? That'd be nice to know about, wouldn't it, ladies and gentlemen? How far along are we? Well, we're in beta already. I just haven't released beta because I can't do static server meshing that every other company on Earth can do. But anyway, what do you still need to finish or implement? Static server meshing and SSOCS and probably iCache as well to make it all work properly so you don't fall through the floor anymore. in the single vote campaign. Ah, awesome. That's a 2015 goal, guys. And enough with the PR drivel pretending to come off with an answer. It's terribly disingenuous and only shows how much contempt you have for the people that support you and want you to succeed. I am so embarrassed for the CM team that has to say these things to us. Does leadership have no shame? No, they don't, because they're a series of incompetent, underqualified sociopaths. They don't give a fuck. They get paid, they go home, and they laugh in their sleep about the money they're stealing from us. Wake up, if you haven't already. Okay, so speaking of shame, what was your attempt to shame us into feeling bad about your inability to update us and the nerve to say we don't like making excuses while writing a whole page of excuses? People were sick for a whole week. Are you for real? So they're saying the entire office went down for a week. Fucking bullshit. Oh, fuck. It's just... yeah, I told you it got more vicious. Wait till we scroll down. A roadmap to a roadmap about the status of the game that the last time you bothered to update us is in a beta of about to hit beta in a few weeks. What? Exactly. Right. CIG's response. Response in Japanese translation to English. I assure you that this is not PR drivel, nor it is disingenuous, regardless of what you think, you arrogant little person, you peasants. There is also countless threads you could have commented in this post. Despite that, though, your gift drew me in. Well played. Is this guy being a troll, or is this guy being a complete fuckstick? I know I'm not going to give you a satisfactory reply right now, or ever, and I'll live with that, because you're a sociopath and you couldn't give a fuck. But I do want to say that I think folks like you are actually going to quite enjoy the new roadmap. Fuck! Who gives a shit about the fucking roadmap? Give us the fucking game! Look, guys, it just meme central. This is like the other guys. If you want to roll back, I'll show you. I'm going to put these links in anyways, you know. All right, so we get past that bit. Please don't treat us like we're stupid. Response: too late. I think it's meant more of a polite form of stop treating us like we're stupid. So what did we learn this week? It's depressing to be a CIG backer all the time. Probably a lot more than CIG. Looking how much I have spent on this game, I must be stupid. Welcome to the club, buddy! Please don't treat us like we are stupid. Hey, CIG, please don't treat us like we are stupid, because we're fucking not, dickheads. And if I swear to God, if I, honestly, if I could possibly fly to America right now, because I can't, because, you know, the world and the way things are, I'd probably walk into the Austin office, first and foremost, and I'd drop a package off at your desk, and that package would have a lovely bouquet to it, and a nice little letter wrapped up in plastic. Then I go to the California office, and then I'd probably set your, sprinklers off in your office. Go to Munich, and in Munich I'd probably just get so drunk I'd walk in and puke all over everything. And UK, well, the UK doesn't really even have an office open. Boundary 42 really doesn't open its doors because there's no project getting made for Squadron 42 anyway. Do you know what we would enjoy more than a roadmap? Actually, finally playing Squadron 42 just like we were promised in 2016. And that was after it was meant to be already released, if you remember. CIG. Then you must be ecstatic since we are getting a roadmap for a roadmap. That's like double roadmap awesomeness. Yeah! No, I didn't. I'd rather play a finished game. But as it stands, there is no finished game yet. No sarcasm or rant, but me will change that. But being better informed about the process or progress then is crucial in my opinion. Truth. All this effort for a Squadron 42 roadmap of a roadmap of a roadmap means that Squadron 42 has a long way to go. Yes, guys. So your initial question in the Reddit forum and the Spectrum forum, has it been chopped in half and is it getting remade again? Well, yeah. Yeah, we're not getting Squadron 42 ever. We're not getting Star Citizen ever. Guys, I was hoping to the heavens that this year at the actual live stream event for CitizenCon as such, we were going to get a retail release for this game because we'd already got into beta with Avocati in February, March. That was my hope. This is why I've not done stuff on Star Citizen, guys. The project is over. It is time we start taking some legal action. Now, I'm not talking about suing and class actions and IRS and all that crap, guys. I'm talking about getting together and actually putting together a team, a focused team. And Wales, the good Wales out there, you are more than welcome and invited to come and help us. We want to get together a legal team that will force financial reporting, transparency of project, actual monetary, actual reporting of what they've actually spent money on, who's been paid what salary, why has salaries even been paid at this point, because there's no actual game to take money from. There's no product. It's the concept of a product. You're not meant to be taking money at all. And more importantly, what's going on with actual development, where we actually are literally at, and whether this is a breach of terms of service from the initial terms of service, which in my opinion is because the product we have now is not in the original scope or focus of what we actually bought into when we first bought in as early backers. The change of terms of service, the people that have actually agreed to that and clicked the tick and agreed and said, yes, great, okay. Those of you will be under a coercion clause of a group action against the developer because you were made to feel like you legally had to agree to that to continue to have access to the development. And that is fraud, right? Alleged fraud. And then you would go under a coercion clause within this group action we took. But we need money. Obviously, money is the biggest problem in this world, and sociopaths exist because of money. So we need at least one or two whales who are willing to put down some capital, if not you guys yourself, $1 each, $5 each, to help pay for a solicitor to force an injunction on CIG to get the truth at this stage. We're not talking about criminal charges. We're not talking about IRS and federal investigations. We are talking about an injunction on CIG to get them court-ordered to finished products as they have been promised already. No more no refund bullshit anymore. Reinstatement, court-ordered reinstatement of refunds for those that want to get out. And I'm actually have now decided to become one of those people who wants completely out of Star Citizen. I want my over $1,000 back in my pocket, and I'd rather put that money on my kids than this stupid fucking wasted dead project anymore. So yeah, I want out, and I want you guys, if you want out, to have the right to have the choice to get out. And if that has to be court ordered, so fucking be it. Let's get it court ordered. Yeah? More importantly, for the rest of you guys that want to stay in the community and want to see this out, for whatever reasons you've got, personal reasons, I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to have an opinion on why you want to stay. At least for you guys, we can get true financial transparency, true development transparency, true road map blockers called brick walls, called server meshing, dynamic server meshing specifically, and where the actual tech has been researched to and implemented to on paper, at least by this stage. Now, I've already demonstrated on my channel, it is technologically not possible. I just had an awesome new subscriber who was virulently in disposition to what I was saying, going, no, you're wrong. Well, guess what he's gone and done? After some very heated, strong, robust conversation, yeah? A really nice guy, super highly intelligent, most probably more intelligent than myself, went away and did his research. Guess what? He came back with exactly the same thing I found. What are the chances of that, guys? Did I do my research properly in the first place? Yeah. Did I go off opinion? No. I went off facts, proof, and evidence. He's gone and found exactly the same thing, including the white paper research that I found. Yeah, that's all that's available. The rest of the actual true information about the failure of dynamic server meshing specifically is in behind doors at CIG, where they should be court ordered to tell us, no, we cannot do this, or yes, we have found this miracle way of doing it, and we have these wonderful consultants who came in and who have helped us literally reinvent the wheel. And I'm not being facetious, I'm being serious. And they have enabled us to work into the fourth dimension of reality to be able to make this happen now. It's so freaking awesome! Why aren't you telling us about it? Because you know yourselves you cannot do it. If something like this, groundbreaking like this, was going to happen, these guys would be trademarking it and and fucking everything. Yeah? Super high fucking profile IP, all registered trademarks, the whole fucking bit. Copyright fucking up the wazoo! And patented. This is what CIG have been trying to do the whole entire time. They've been trying to make a product for sale, not a game for sale. They wanted to make their own IP, i.e. the Forklift Saga, and also a bunch of other IP that they can profit from. Whether they sell it from CryEngine, they sell it from Amazon Lumberyard, whether they make use of the asset engineers, the actual freelancers, and contract them like that guy was in that forklift video, and so on and so forth to their own benefit, but so they can own the IP, blah, 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 and call it their own, and, be able to charge for the privilege. Also with, obviously, the dynamic server meshing engine, as well as the, Frankenfart Amazon Lumberyard / CryEngine / something engine, Star Engine is what they're trying to call it. They're trying to create something that has already been done and call it their own. It's called imitation is the greatest flattery, yes, but when you're breaking the law to do so, or you're circumventing the law, I'll correct myself, to do so, it will eventually come and kick you in the ass. This is life, this is reality, this is the truth. And it is right now. Where's the backers are the most majority stakeholders in this entire project, and we now have to overhead CIG ourselves. As I said to do at least 1 year ago to date. We needed to start doing this then. Now is the time. If you're all up in arms like you are that angry at CIG, come to my Discord channel. Once again, that link will be in the description below as well. Come in. Join the YouTube community. Let's work out a way of making CIG responsible. Let's work out a way of forcing completion dates. Let's work out a way of removing the dates making kittens around a fountain of the stoned, right? Morons from the company, and implement staff that are capable and competent, especially a full removal of the current management structure. They are all in it for their own devices and all in it for their own portfolios. None of them give a shit about us. They just don't. They're IT people. I'm an IT people. I'm an asshole. Wait till you meet some other IT people who actually currently still work in industry. They are horrible, soulless, cold, rude, arrogant people. They don't care about people. They care about code. They care about hardware. They care about bug fixing. Humans don't even measure up on the empathy scale. That's just the way IT people are. This is why you probably hate me so much, you haters. And the rest of you love me because either the rest of you love me, have been in industry, or you understand this is how IT works and you're just intelligent, which is 100% of my subscribers. And a majority of people coming into the channel of recent. Thank you, guys. Now, for you haters out there, you're just... Anyway. Gonna keep it calm. Gonna keep it cool. Guys, this is the end game. This is the end for Star Citizen. We have hit the titanium wall. We are not going anywhere. There is so much in delayed development that still has yet to be done. There is still 4 full years of development they are behind in schedule for, just for the actual development of the game. Just general development stuff. Server meshing, SSOCS, iCache, whatever else you can think of, is not doable. SSOCS, yes, it's done. Well, kind of. Duct taped. But server meshing, static server meshing, guys, how many other games out there do static server meshing without even trying? It's easy code to write. They can buy the server meshing code and just implement it into the CryEngine. It already exists. Buy the package, put it in, and stop trying to make it your own. Yeah, something borrowed, something blue sometimes needs to happen. You're married to your backers, and your backers are in a domestic relationship with you right now, ripping your faces off. It's time for couples therapy, CIG. And that begins with you accepting that you're wrong, and you've done wrong, and you need to stop lying, and you need to start telling the truth instead of pathologically bullshitting every single person who has backed this project to date. Anyway, guys, look, if there's anything I've missed out on this episode, if there's anything that you wanted me to add in, please tell me, and I'll do a follow-up video to add in the other stuff. I just didn't want to make this one too long. I probably have. I've ranted as well. I'm sorry. But guys, this is the end game. This is the end of the road for Star Citizen. Right? This is like doing this. Gone. This is now Star Citizen. A wallpaper. A JPEG wallpaper. With a talking head. I'm CIG. Well, content... content? Here's your content. What? That's not good enough? Well, all you're going to get. But I paid you $50,000. Here's your content. And we won't be doing anything to, rush things, because the content has to take time to get developed, as you can see here. What? Nothing? No, there's content. Look. There's a symbol on a screen. There's some letters. Oh, a few words even. Now, we've just done that after 9 years. Yeah, that's amazing tech. Citizen Tech Talk. Wow, we've got there. CIG, Squadron 42, Star Citizen. We've learned how to write in words. Development's well worth $300 million wasted. Guys, this is endgame. This is the end of Star Citizen Squadron 42. I called it almost a year ago. I think it's 9 months ago now. This is the end. Star Citizen Squadron 42 2020 and administration by the end of 2021. And God, guys, just please do me a favour. As one last favour, please. Those of you who hate my guts out there, go watch every single one of my videos to date. And I want you to show me evidence, contradictory evidence, that I've been wrong just once to date. And I want you to show me contradictory CIG evidence, not opinion, actual CIG documented evidence that hasn't been disproved since, with what I was wrong with. Just one time. Just one time. If you can find 50 times, 1,000 times, fan-fucking-tastic. I'll make corrections. But just one. Just find me one time I've been wrong on this channel to date about CIG, about Squadron 42, and about Star Citizen. And the tech in behind it, the incompetent management, and, milk and fountains and kittens and fucking dope-smoking fucking hippies. And SJWs and fucking YGen lazy fucks. CIG, your fucking project's over. It's time you admit it finally. You go and take people like Chris to court and you sue them or whatever you've got to do to cover your own asses to get out of jail yourselves. We all know Chris and Sandy have separated. We all know that there's no rings on any fingers anymore. We all know Sandy no longer lives with Chris. We all know that it's over for them. They both are not on the project any longer. They have not been since February 2018. Hence why things are turning into a steaming pile of poop as we speak too. Because even the fact that I had to have someone micromanaging the team to start with because they were that incompetent, to have then Chris and Sandy, go breach contracts and steal money, to then be kicked off the project because of law and, I don't know, human decency, to then have left these children running around and totally and utterly incompetent fools running the show. It's over. Time for refunds. Time to go for insolvency and claim bankruptcy, if you like. In the meantime, every single backer out there, get behind me and make sure that you get into my Discord channel and that you are in there to get your money back, if nothing else. And then that way we can circumvent any bankruptcy claims or any insolvency claims of the business prior to their paperwork lodgements. They can only lodge this paperwork at the end of the business financial year, which will be next year in January or February, I think, internationally. So we've got time now to get a case together to actually stop them from putting in insolvency and bankruptcy claims against the business and against us, where we are left without a goddamn cent in any of our pockets at best case scenario. Anyway, guys, look, as per usual and as per always, peace out. Cheers.